Alright, so hello YouTube, and welcome to a Let's Fold. So, yeah, one of those kinds of videos, and for this one, I will be folding a complex origami Kirby from the Nintendo Kirby series that most of you should know. And so this will be in a complex level. In fact, let me show you very quick. Like, this is the Kirby you're seeing here right now. Like, yeah, so you can see he has a lot of face details on, and that's honestly gonna be the hardest part. I think the true hardest part will be just the 3D shaping. So a recommended paper would definitely be something like standard, or I don't know, or just also like this pink kind of origami paper might work. I'm not sure if it will, but hopefully you can just get by at the time. But I'll try my best to and see how this goes. So. Right, enough dilly dallies. Let's get started, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's go. So, first thing we're gonna get started on, we're gonna first fold this diagonally, like most other complex origamis we'll start with. This might not be the most perfect square I got. Give me a little bit here. Yeah, I usually fold a little bit fast, so I'll try to go a little bit slow. I mean, hopefully you're looking at this good. Okay, and you're gonna do it again. Yeah, so just create that big X in the paper. But again, most origami experts who are probably watching this might. I don't need to do too much explanation on how to do this. So I just try and be sure the lines are good and all like so. Okay, so here's the result. Easy as that. Same thing with this next part, which is gonna fold them all half horizontally, like so. And I should also use terms of value folds, maybe. Well, I don't know, because you get value folds and mountain folds if you ever like seen origami instructions before. So we're just gonna do it like so. Yeah, not too much explanation because, oops, this is simple as that. So now we'll be getting to some of the more traditional-like stuff, but, right, so we're going to first divide the paper into 6. So in order to do that perfectly, we're going to first create a reference point that'll go from this point here, this horizontal flap, which is right there, all the way to this corner right here. So hopefully something like this, if I can try to show it. So I'm getting that point there, just right on that horizontal reference point, right onto that corner. So, but it should hopefully not too confusing. This is a simple reference point, and all you're gonna do is just make a little mark right on this diagonal part right here. So definitely do that. So there's your mark right there. Again, it's by connecting from this point to this point. So, like so. And then we're going to use this point. And you might have seen this in some complex origami instructions, but for those who don't, you're just going to fold just right along this reference point all the way like this. So just fold it on the reference point perfectly horizontally. Maybe not too perfectly, but like this. And just make it nice like so. And yeah, so something like that. And it's definitely a good idea to also skip ahead of the video if you just kind of like want to see what's next. But anyways, let me not take too much time. But you next want to, but you're gonna do the, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But you want to fold this tip all the way to the reference point you just made. So just get it right there. Or otherwise you can also just use the, if it's easier, you can also just start off with just folding this edge, like this edge, straight to the reference point you just made back from the previous step. So, okay, and once you get that, so this next part isn't too bad, all you gotta do have less room here. All you're gonna do is fold this tip right to this, this edge to this line that you just made. And this is where we're gonna be dividing the paper up into sticks, but only in this direction. I'm not gonna like create a graph paper. But yeah, so you'll get something like that, hopefully. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, very quick. And if I get too far ahead, be sure you do pause the video and examine, especially when I get to the harder parts. But anyway, so without further ado, this is the paper divided into 6. So alright, so now, see, the next thing I'm gonna do is that now I'm gonna valley fold this down like that, and then turn it around, and then just fold it like this, and then you're basically gonna pleat fold it all the way just like that. So you're gonna like make it a paper fan that's divided into 6. So get something like that. So next, I'm then gonna take this edge right here and just fold it along this center line. So, oh my gosh, definitely do that. So something like this, and you're gonna fold it through all of the layers. Here, let me look carefully at this so I could get this right. So some parts might be a little bit off screen because I just need to try to look carefully to see if I'm doing it right. So yeah, so it should be just right along that center line right there is what you're gonna get. So okay, and then just do the same thing on this other side. Yeah, I'm into pre-creasing isn't too long in this model, so but this here just make the process a little bit faster. But faster isn't your thing. You can also just like take your time on this next part if you want to. But okay, so you'll get this triangle along here. Be sure you don't mess up because this should be the edge flap, not the middle flap. So hopefully you didn't look and you accidentally folded down along the middle flap. Be sure that's the edge flap that you're folding this triangle, this point of the triangle from. Okay, so once you get that, you can then unfold it, and you should get these 3 squares lined along like that. And yeah, there you go. And why I mean like taking your time? I mean, you can also just do stuff like you just fold it along like something like this maybe. I'm not gonna explain too much, but you can just do something like this if you want to rearrange the layers just to make them better. But you don't have to do that, of course. So you already got your main point, so you're already gonna be good enough for that. Alright, so now let me look at the crease pattern here so I could give you the heads up. So what you're gonna be seeing here with this Kirby model is that how am I gonna get the face and all that? Well, see, so this will be like the bottom part of his body. Oh, hold on, this is not showing up. Like this will be the bottom part. This will be his mouth. This will be the eyes, like once I open sync and create him. And this will basically be his head, but it's not going to be like an edge flap for the head. It's actually just going to be used for 3D formation. And these will be his arms, or I don't know, nubblies, whatever. And this area right here, this is going to be where his feet are going to be. So just something like that. Okay, so now this next part, we're going to just fold them all in half like this. Yeah, I'm just checking every time, be sure that this is clear. So you'll get something like that. So next, we're gonna so once you get this, you're then gonna first valley fold this in half right here, and then you're just gonna squash it down using the reference point like this. So something like that. And once you get this, you're then going to fold this. So don't fold all the way, just so you know. But instead, you're just going to fold this flap, this line of valley fold, just right here. And the reason it's called valley fold is because it looks like a valley when you fold it down like that. But just so you know, same thing with mouth folds, is just the opposite. So you're going to valley fold it, and then you're just going to flatten the model, being sure you use those reference points. Just use them. Really. And hopefully it's not going to be too bad. Alright, so, and then next you're going to do a bigger one this time. or at least it's the same size, but it's just that you're gonna be dealing with this big chunk of paper here. And you'll get like this. And then, yeah, so you'll get that big part there. Then you're just going to valley fold it up. So it will be a little bit harder. But really, you're just doing the same thing. It's just bigger. And then you're just going to collapse it like this. Like so. So this might not be folding too perfect here. But hey, even a little bit of that can make something organic. So you don't have to be too perfect with folding. So just be aware of that. Alright, but you'll get something like this now. So so it's just the same thing. And then you're gonna just do the same thing on this side. So I'll just rush through this, but for quick examination, you're just gonna just fold it like this, not all the way. Then you're gonna fold this part up to ensure this edge hits that tip, and just collapse it using the creases you made before. And then flatten the model completely and be sure you're happy with the result. And again, it doesn't have to be too perfect, because again, just organic shape being usually too much of a perfect model can look dead, if you know what I mean. But okay, so this is the result now. So you'll see that we got the flaps that'll be taking place for Kirby's face. So now I need to create his nubblies and arms. By nubblies, wait, did I say arms? Okay, I'm sorry, arms, or I'll just stick with arms and his feet. So, to do these, the easiest way will be to first do an inside reverse fold. So what you can do for easier results, I'll take the easy way, especially for those who just want to make sense of this, but you're just gonna just fold it like this, do an inside reverse fold. So for those who've done box pleating, might be familiar with this kind of folding, and this is the easier sense of box pleating, so just know that. So you'll get that there, then you can fold the small in half. And again, for master folders, you probably just go like, especially if I'm not doing let's fold, I would do this quickly, but I'm doing a let's fold, so I'm taking my time here. But what you want to do now, so you'll get that, you'll inside reverse fold it. So be sure it's just tucked right in here. And once again, this will be a complex model. The hardest part will be the 3D shaping probably, but everything else isn't like the most hardest thing. But then you're just going to fold this flap up to create a crease here. Like that. And then what you're going to do, so I have no good easy ways to explain this, other than what you want to first do now is that you're going to fold this big layer here like this. So you'll get something like that. I'm hoping this is clear to you. First time doing this, but I could definitely improve. So get like this, and you're going to like flatten this, create this middle triangle part just right in here. So get like that, and then just collapse, flatten it completely like so. Just don't overthink about the collapsing. But this is the result. So what you'll see here is that we've created his arm and his feet, and they look pretty big, but don't worry, this is how it should be right now. And now you're gonna do the same thing on this side. So just a quick recap, just especially for those who want to make sense of this. Valley fold and unfold this part here, then you're gonna inside reverse fold it. Just fold this inwards like this, and then you're gonna inside reverse fold this part here, and then inside reverse fold it like this, and then you'll fold this up and unfold. Again, this isn't looking too perfect based on my level, but this is still fine. And then you're gonna just this hard part here, especially for those who get confused with this folding stuff, just fold it along this line. You're just gonna fold it along that layer, and you're just gonna push this part, magically push this part here to create that middle triangle in there, and then just flatten them all to get this result. So yeah, that's that, and that's honestly, so we made it to this face now. So this is the base of the model. So we got every flap we need to create Kirby now. And actually, let me have him again. Just yeah. So this is what he should be looking like now. So how we're gonna change him into this base, into this cute creature or alien, is that we're first gonna create the round body. So to do this, you're gonna so just fold this flap down, or maybe not too hard, but you're gonna like take this layer here and just take it out like this, and just line it along like so, and flatten it, and this will give that more roundness instead of the skinny square. So okay, so and then you're gonna do the same thing on this side. So just take that layer and there you go. Okay, and then what you're gonna do now is that you're gonna fold this edge with this crease line like this. And once you get that, you're then gonna open the model partially and just sink it right in there. Just like that. And this should be your result. It should be opened up because we need to fold this arm down, and otherwise, I mean, you can still probably do this, but you just won't get a round enough head. Instead, make it like a yeah, Minecraft Kirby from Smash, if you know what I mean. So, and then you're gonna do the same thing on this side, and just get that there, and then just sink it in like so. And there you go. And I'm just checking over here. Okay, so yeah, so that's what you want. And then you're gonna do the same thing on the bottom part now, because that too also needs to be pre-round. So you're gonna take these, just let it out like this, and do the same thing on this other flap. There we go. And then yeah, so it's just the same thing with the top part of Kirby's body. So yeah, you're just gonna fold this edge along this edge, and be sure you're not doing it right here. If you do that and you realize I can't do it, and you say you're doing that, then you're doing it wrong. So be sure it's from the bottom there. So just don't mess up on that. Just pay close attention, and hopefully you'll have an excellent origami Kirby in the end. So, alright, so we'll finish with the body here. It's okay, so we got that. So yeah, so now the model looks, he has a more round body, so that's good. So next, I will get into the face details. So first, we are going to be creating the eyes, if I'm pointing it right. But yeah, so we'll create the eyes. So to create the eyes, and what you want to do, so be sure you also know which is going to be the eyes and the mouth. The eyes are going to be like these tips here, where these are going to be his arms, and the mouth is going to be where these will be the feet flap, just right there. So be aware of that. So okay, so without further ado, where direction you're looking at, you're going to take this flap, this middle flap here, and just fold it right onto the center, right here, like that. So okay, get the crease line. To make things easier for those who are not good at, because you're going to be doing an open sync basically. And if you're not good at that, then you can also just try valley folding it here, because it just makes things a little bit easier. But you don't really have to do that though if you're already good at them. Or not open sync, but I don't know, something like this, where what you want to do now is that you're going to be taking these here, and you're just going to start to squash like I don't know, I don't want to rush this, but just put your fingers right here, and hopefully you'll start to see this noticing here. You're almost like getting some kind of big nose here. And you're just going to sink it, being sure it's on the crease lines. And be sure you're watching out for these crease lines where you'll see that kind of weird dent thing there. You just want to be sure that's not causing too much trouble and that you can just at least open up the model partially. And this alternative you can do where instead of like squishing it from there, you can like unfold most of the model and you can like just mount and fold each of these corners here. And you'll get a neater result, especially when you're not getting those weird mounted things. So, alright, so get something like that. So that'll be your result. Be sure it's nice and good, because we want a good. Be sure the face is sticking well together. And then you're just gonna, while you're folding this flap up, or sorry, down, I'm looking more towards me. You wanna take these edges here. So just put your thumbs in there and then just push it in there, and there you go. So okay, so once you get that, you're then gonna, so next you're gonna fold this edge here right onto the center. So do something like this first, and not like this entire big layer. You can, I mean, alternatively, you can also just fold it downwards like this and then fold it up, but I want to avoid some creases, so just fold the edge down like this, like so, and then just flatten these flaps here. And it will be close to the face. And otherwise, if you're doing a Jigglypuff, then these will basically be your eyes because they're nice and big. But Kirby doesn't have big, sad eyes like Jigglypuff, no. So we're going to use these as the eyes, but we need to make them wider. So to do that, this was honestly will also be a tricky part. And this is complex level, so won't be the easiest thing. Unless if you're a pro folder. But what you're going to be doing is that right here, you're going to be just getting this flap just right out here. And you're going to try getting something like this. If you're seeing it right. So, here we go. And be sure it's nice and just squash right there. And hopefully the result is that you'll get that. So this will be the eyes now. So you'll start to be seeing that, especially what you see from the actual design here I made last year. Oh gosh, I feel like I need these. Anyway, so now do the same thing on this other side. So again, this will be a little bit of a tricky part. Excuse me. But yeah, so just right there, you're just gonna just get your finger right into that layer and push it out. Turn these valley folds here into mountain folds. Be sure you're getting that kind of rectangle. I'm trying to look at this at the same time. So yeah, so hopefully something like that. Make sure you get that good square there, and then just flatten it completely. And there you go. So this will be Kirby's eyes. They are still too big, which is why I will sink them in more. So I don't know what I'm doing here, but well, I know, but okay. So what you're gonna do? So with the eyes here, you're just gonna open this partially, and you're just gonna like push this. Push this part here. Be sure it's not too narrowed. Guys, let me look at it more carefully because it's kind of difficult not to look at it too well. I don't know why this is being a little bit annoying. Okay, so hopefully something like that, but really just try and error it. It's more easier on this side, I think. Or yeah, because you could just like easily just sink this part right here. So hopefully something like that, and yeah, you could probably try a way to hide these tips here, but ours that'll be good. And then you're gonna do the same thing on this other eye flap. I mean, not a flap, but the eye isn't a flap, is the thing. So I was saying it wrong, but get that part synced in. And do the same thing on this other side, and boom. So now the eyes look a lot more like Kirby's. So they might not have the cute, eye details, but that's just gonna look. But this will look more like a Herobrine Kirby, we're saying. But to make the eyes a little bit better, however, what I'll do now. So going back to ground level here. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna literally just take these corners here and just do this crimp here. Just like that. So, I don't know. It was too hard to explain. So, let me just do it in more slow motion. So, this is what you're going to do. So, you're just going to use these tips here. You're going to like try crimping these along. You're not going to be sure you're crimping against the eyes like this. And flatten it like so. And also Kirby doesn't have a nose. So, just hide it away by just doing it like that. And there you go. So, and that just makes the eyes look a little bit better. You could probably do better if you want to, but there you go. Alright, so next, so we're getting pretty close to looking like the Kirby face as we see here. But next we're gonna create the mouth. And the mouth is easier than the eyes. You're just only dealing with one open sync, and that's it. So it's gonna be like the eyes, but instead of folding this down right here, we're gonna instead like basically fold this flap up into thirds like this. So fold this like somewhere right here, but get something like where you can get a thing where you fold it even like into thirds like this. So hold on, let me just fold this right here. So yeah, so something like this, hopefully. So get something like that, and what you want to do, and again, you can also fold this flap here like this if you want to make this easier. But the open sync is going to be a little bit easier because it's smaller. Yeah, and this is like if I do an open squash this time. But just got to be sure this all works out. Yeah, so same thing like the eyes. And sorry it was a little too fast there, but I hate to unfold at this part because it's going to not look the model look too pretty. But okay, so we got that there, and this could be his mouth, but that's kind of looks more like a frog, unless if you want like a frog power-up Kirby. But more importantly, however, is how we're gonna get. Wait, did I do this right? No, wait, I did right. I did it right. Okay, so what you want to do? So you're gonna first fold this flap down here, and just crimp it. And then you're just going to basically do what you did with this big part here. But it's going to be easier to see. But you don't want to do it too big, because you don't want to really get frowning Kirby. And get rid of that thing here, because Kirby doesn't have lips. And now, what you're going to do, so once you get that top part of the mouth on the bottom part of the mouth, you're going to... this time I'm going to fold upwards like this, but you just want to try getting a smiling, happy Kirby, or you could just get angry Kirby, or if you really are in not having a good day. But hopefully you are having a good day. Oh yeah. Actually, I messed this part up. So what you actually want to do? So oh my gosh. What you want to do is that you want to fold this flap up like this, and then you're gonna crimp this part, but you want to try getting like that little tongue detail he has. just to indicate. So like, hopefully like something like this. And hopefully this will be a result. So, and if you want a more happy Kirby, like if you don't like that kind of detail there, you could also just not do the crimp, and then you can just get this kind of style. He looks kind of more happy, but yeah, just do whatever. But I'm just gonna go with my own preference on what I want to do. So I'm just gonna have like this flap, like in front of these tips here, and maybe I'll crimp this up just a slight bit to make it a more organic smile instead of being like a straight line. And once you get that, you're then gonna hide these. You're just gonna then fold these flaps downwards like this. So, something like that. Alright, so then the last details are going to be his, I mean, I guess, yeah, like these details here, you see, like those, his cheeks. So, yes, I will be getting the cheeks, so, they might not be in a good spot with this design, however, because for some reason the mouth feels kind of lower, although I could probably change the details as I shape it, so it won't be too bad. But what you simply want to do is that you're just going to sink this part in like that. Just get right there. So just a one step only thing, and you get his cute little cheeks. So his red cheeks, even though they're not red, but you could probably make them red with some kind of color. But this is unfortunately not a color change model. Otherwise it'd be really difficult. But anyways, so now that should be it. So this should be his face now. So we got that. So yeah, so it looks, if you say so myself, it does look a lot like Kirby. But now we're gonna get into the arms, and then we'll get into the final details where I will be 3D shaping him. So for the arms, so we'll flip the model over now. So yeah, so we'll start with the arms. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna fold this flap down like this. Or hold on, I want to be sure I am remembering. Oh yeah, so just valley fold this. Yeah, I'm just overlooking my. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this Kirby here in case if I'm doing the fold right. Usually I don't have a good memory, but so just valley fold this down and then fold this flap down. This middle point right along there. Like so. You might get a sink here, but that's okay. We just need a nice round circleized Kirby because that's who he is. They're not being quiet. Sorry. So once you get that, we're next gonna just round this. We're just gonna make because of course Kirby doesn't have these kind of arms here, so we're gonna make it round. So I'm just gonna like fold this corner flap here, just right along here. I can like do like something like this where it's like I make like just fold it just along here. But any preference, any preference is what I should have been saying will do. And yeah, and just be sure these unused flap layers are hidden behind, that they're not noticeable. And then once you get that, you can then just around his arms, whatever you call them. So you get something like that. So nice, like so. So once you get that, we're now going to do the same thing on the other side. Hold on, I might fold this flap. I'm going to fold this flap down here just so it's less visible. Okay, so that's better. So now you're going to do the same on this side. So just valley fold this down. And then fold this flap out of the way. You might need do an open sink right here if you need to. And then just fold this flap upwards like this. Be sure that none of the flaps are shown. So I'll just do stuff like this, some valley folds, and just hide them. And there you go. And then you're gonna valley fold these parts here. Just round his, yeah, I'll just call him Nubblies because Matt Pat calls him that way. Or at least because I watch him, but okay, so this should be your result, just nice and round with the arms if you can. But now will be, and of course Kirby looks fat, but that's because we need to make him 3D and round. But okay, so next we'll do the legs, and then we'll finally be into the final part. So to do the legs, what you want to do, so you're gonna first fold these outwards. You might need to look in front here just to see. So you might need to, I think, actually what you want to do, so you want to fold these legs out here. So this will just be in my preference here. I might put the legs the feet. Kirby doesn't have legs, but from I guess right along here might be good. It might be too much, honestly. So I might just kind of look at your distance between your arm. Kirby's nubbly and feet. So get something like that, and then what you're gonna do now is that you're gonna open this part, and then you're gonna fold this flap downwards like this. Just fold it down, and then you're gonna fold from this point here to this point, like this point to this point, in case if you couldn't see well. And get something like that, and there you go. So we get some nice clean feet there, and okay, so that looks pretty good. And I think I might try doing a way to make Kirby stand, and yeah, I'll show it because there is a way to do so in this design, especially if you want to display it without having a display stand to support him. But let me just first do this other side very quick. And if you don't want to make him stand up, then you can just skip the next part after I do this. So yeah, so I'm just looking at the distance between the feet and his nubblies. Okay, so get that, and then I don't know, I need to fold this on the ground to do this successfully, or on my desk, which is connected to the ground. So get something like this, and then right here, you're just gonna get that right there, and then just flatten the model with your same position of your feet, and there we go. So now we have something like this. Now so this part you can skip if you want to, but if you want Kirby to stand up, and I need to remember how I did this. Yeah, so what you're gonna do is that you're gonna first wrap this. Actually it's not. Oh yeah, so what you want to do. Sorry, I was trying to look here, but what we want to do is that we're going to first get rid of this mill flap. So we're just going to hide it like this. Oh yeah, and actually I think what you can also do here is that if you want to color change Kirby here, you can wrap this feet feet layer. Just wrap it like this. And if you do it just right, and I think to make this work better, you're going to have to... Okay, so right here now, so... Sorry, I'm kind of going everywhere with this. I might make a bunch of mistakes for my first try on this, but what you're going to do, so you're just going to sink this part here and then finish wrapping this leg here, and then there you go. So you'll get like a, hopefully it will be a well, I don't know, I haven't tested this with a color white side paper or pink or red side, but I mean, you could probably do something like that and get a color change feet. I don't know, just let me know about your results, like how your Kirby's turned out. It might, especially from the Masters, I want to know like how it is, especially if you use any special advanced paper. That'd be really cool. So you could get something like that there if you want to. Otherwise, if you don't want to color change it, then you could just like, you can like hide the feet like underneath that there. But I'll just do it the way I was doing because I like it better, especially when I need to round this part still. So just sink it there. And then you can unwrap the layer. So okay, and then just to make this look better, I will fold just get something like that there with the feet. Fold it down, and there you go. So I'm not sure if it color changed it or not, but that'd be pretty nice if it could, because then this can be a color change model, and that'd be cool. All right, so then to make Kirby stand, you're gonna literally create flaps, like literally create toes for Kirby, but really these are just gonna be stands. All you gotta do is just fold this flap down here, and then you're gonna inside reverse fold this part like this. So you'll get this flap here, and this will hopefully make Kirby stand. Of course he's not right now, because I'll be sure I fix that with the shaping part in a bit. So just do the same thing on this other side. And again, you can skip this part if you don't want to get Kirby's extra toes. Or, sorry, not extra toes, give Kirby toes, I mean. Gosh dang it. And yeah, so there you go. And yeah, and then at this point I will then round the feet flap here. So I'll hide this flap here. And just do a little bit of some roundings here. So yeah, there you go. And his back toe is kind of showing off there, but that'll be like if I get a Trigangan to stand. I mean, hopefully he will. But so once that's good and rounded, you can do the same thing on the other side. Not too hard. In fact, I'm not even sure if the shaping is difficult. It's not, honestly. You just gotta do it in a way where you're gonna be happy with it. So, right, and then around his other feet as good as I can. Maybe not too much, but there we go. So now we have every flap for Kirby. You could call it done if you want 2D Kirby, but 3D Kirby is what I want. Oh yeah, so one last thing I didn't do with the eyes that I forgot is that you actually want to hide these flaps here. You can also just fold this here if you want to round the eyes a bit more. In fact, I can even tuck away this flap under here. Just to make the eyes a bit more round, so I'll do the same thing here. And it's also just to get rid of like any unused layers that I just don't want showing up. So, okay, there we go. So now once you have that, now we'll be in the final part, 3D shaping, and I think, yeah, so, and I'm gonna hide this flap here because I don't want it getting in the way. So like you could just fold this flap here and fold this down, and then hopefully they won't be showing up. And once you get that just do the same thing on this side. Be sure it's not showing up because we want to get clean Kirby as possible. And alright, and then once you get that so now we'll be into 3D shaping. Oh, I'm gonna do a little bit less details here. I'll fold this middle flap here. It's because I want to. So now we'll get into 3D shaping. So to do this, what you're gonna do, so you're gonna grab this part right here. I can't do this good enough. Okay, so mainly just stretch it up more. Okay, maybe, yeah, so do something like this, actually, where you're having that kind of point there, because I don't really want something like this, where, I don't know, that just looks ugly. Just try to just get along that edge, so that way, so I'm working on 3Dizing the head right now, and then right here, to make this more 3D, and to narrow this, we're gonna do a crimp, just right here. You can have this point at any point you want. Just look at the model, see if you're happy with how big the head is. So, like, maybe just right around here should be good. And I'll be sure, like, I have this underneath this point, like, underneath here. Okay, and then I'm just gonna lock it by folding over and over at this one flap here. And there we go. So his head. And once you get that here, I'm just gonna hide this flap just underneath here, just because it'll look better. And it'll also, like, get rid of, like, shows of edge flaps. I mean, edges, sorry. I'm trying the best I can here to shape them all the way. So, yeah, so this will make his head 3D. I'll be sure I do some, never mind. But now for the bottom part is going to be the same thing, basically. But you're not going to, like, push it all the way down all the way, but just get to a point where it's just good in 3D. It's like maybe just along here. Okay, and then, so maybe something like that, and then, I don't know, I can push it down further. Just to get a very round Kirby, especially, you can even, like, leave, like, even just for fun, like, even do an inhale Kirby, where he's, like, when he's, like, I don't know what you call it, like, fly or hover like a balloon, like, he can, like, use this extra flap to like, get it there, so that adds, like, a level of what you can, of details, but I'm just gonna go for just a standardized standing up Kirby, and once you get a good result, hold on, I'm just trying to figure out, again, shaping is all up to your taste, like, do whatever you want with the tasting, as long as you're happy with it. Unless origami doesn't make you happy, then I'm sorry. But, yeah, and I should have folded the legs out a little bit more, but I'm just trying to crimp this part here. Holy crap, this is getting a little bit difficult. Okay, so let me just crimp this here, and then I will fold this flap here, because I don't really need that big lump of right there. after some shaping attempts, hopefully I'll get a pretty, yeah, so this is actually looking pretty good now. Or awesome if you know it. But okay, so yeah, so now I'll just be shaping just for fun. So let me just let me take some time to shape it. Like these parts might even need, I had to like sink here because yeah, just so I can get the rounded bottom part of Kirby. Alright, so once Kirby's shaped out like that, the way you're gonna put the nubblies out, and I'm getting some weird layers here, so I might need to try and mess with this a bit, but by doing so, that looks pretty good. Okay, so then you're just gonna fold these nubblies outwards by just folding it like this, and then just folding it out so that way they're sticking out like that. So, okay, and then I'll do the same thing with these legs, so they're sticking outwards. Alright, and at this point, this is basically the final result of Origami Kirby. So, and yeah, so with these stands here, you're just gonna have to play around until he's like standing up. I mean, I might be able to get him to stand up with this paper, but I'm not gonna waste my time doing it. But yeah, so you might get some good results like this if you want, but yeah, but this is, so yeah, anyway, so this is Kirby, Origami Kirby. So anyway, so there you go. So I hope you, and again, you might do better results than me if you really have take more time and all that, but yeah, but really that is how you fold Origami Kirby here. And yeah, so this is, yeah, my first video I made, so I'm just, so anyways, just let me know in the comments on if I made any mistakes that I could improve with this, because that will definitely really help with future videos I'll do. But for fun cases, also just send me images of your Origami Kirbys. I really want to know how they turned out and see if you like him or not. I know this was a complex design, but I will especially like to see how they turned out anyway. So it doesn't matter how terrible they end up or how perfect they are. It's just origami, and it's simply this very round marshmallow Kirby. So anyway, so I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time in a normal origami tutorial or anything else I'll be doing in YouTube. So goodbye, YouTube.